Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a beautiful story from old Japan, a tale about a young boy named Hiro who dreamed of becoming a legendary samurai. But as you'll soon see, the path of a warrior is about much more than just a sharp sword and a strong arm. It's a story about the heart, and it holds lessons for all of us, no matter where we live or what we dream of becoming. So settle in, and let's journey back in time together. Long, long ago, in a quiet village nestled among green hills, lived a boy named Hiro. More than anything in the world, Hiro wanted to be a samurai. He pictured himself in shining armor, a brave protector of the innocent, his name whispered with respect throughout the land. He spent his days running through the fields, a stick in his hand, pretending it was a fine katana, battling imaginary foes and rescuing his village from made-up dangers. His heart was full of fire and ambition. When he was old enough, Hiro was sent to train with a wise old master, a legendary samurai who had long since hung up his own sword. Hiro was buzzing with excitement. He expected to learn secret fighting moves, how to wield a sword with lightning speed, and the strategies of a great general. But his first lessons were not what he expected at all. Instead of sword practice, his master had him tending the garden. Instead of learning battle cries, he was taught the art of the tea ceremony. Instead of sparring, he spent hours sweeping the temple floors. Hiro grew impatient. "Master," he'd ask, "when will I learn to fight? When do I get a real sword?" The old master would simply smile, a twinkle in his eye, and say, "First you must learn how to live." Hiro didn't understand, but he respected his teacher enough to obey, even if he did so with a sigh. One bustling market day, Hiro was walking through the crowded streets, feeling proud and strong. He saw an old man stumble, dropping a basket of radishes that rolled everywhere. Without thinking, Hiro laughed out loud. It was a small, silly moment, but as Hiro walked away, a strange feeling crept into his heart. It felt heavy and cold. Later that evening, he confessed his actions to his master. The master listened patiently, his expression calm. "Hiro," he said gently, "a real samurai shows respect to everyone. True strength is not in looking down on others, but in lifting them up. Remember that." The weight in Hiro's chest felt a little lighter, but the lesson was deeply etched into his mind. Respect wasn't just for powerful lords, it was for everyone. The weeks turned into months, and Hiro's training finally moved to the practice yard. He was learning a difficult new stance, a basic but essential form. Over and over he tried to get it right, but his feet felt clumsy, his arms ached, and his balance was all wrong. He kept stumbling, his frustration growing with each failed attempt. Anger boiled up inside him. "I can't do this," he shouted, throwing his wooden practice sword to the ground. "I'm not meant to be a samurai. I quit." His teacher, who had been watching from the sidelines, walked over not with a scolding look, but with a warm, understanding smile. He picked up the wooden sword and handed it back to Hiro. "Patience, young one," he said softly. "Look at the bamboo in the forest. It does not shoot up in a single day. It grows slowly, steadily, gathering strength from the earth. Good things take time. A warrior's skill is built not in a day, but over 1,000 days of practice." Hiro looked at his master's calm face and felt his own anger begin to fade. He took a deep breath, picked up his sword, and tried again. And again. The path required patience. One sunny afternoon, during a particularly energetic training session, disaster struck. Hiro was practicing a powerful swing when his wooden sword connected with a stone post. Crack! The sword split right down the middle. His heart sank. This was his favorite practice sword, a gift from his master. Fear and shame washed over him. What would his master think? That he was careless? Unworthy? In a panic, he decided to hide the broken pieces, hoping his teacher wouldn't notice for a few days. But hiding the truth felt terrible. Every time his master looked at him, Hiro felt a knot of guilt tighten in his stomach. The lie felt heavier than the broken sword itself. He couldn't eat. He couldn't sleep. Finally, he couldn't bear it anymore. With trembling hands, he brought the 2 broken pieces to his master and confessed everything. His head bowed in shame. He expected a harsh lecture. Instead, his master placed a hand on his shoulder. To make a mistake is human, Hiro, but to hide it is to create a second, heavier burden. Honesty, even when it is difficult, is a mark of true courage. A samurai's spirit must be as clear as a mountain stream. I am proud of you for choosing the brave path. That day, Hiro learned that being honest was more courageous than any battle he could ever fight. A few days later, Hiro was walking home from the village. He saw a group of children playing, their laughter echoing in the air. As they raced each other, a much smaller boy tripped and fell hard onto the dusty road, scraping his knee. Hiro's first instinct, the old instinct, was to laugh. It was a clumsy fall, but then he stopped. He remembered the old man with the radishes and the heavy feeling in his chest. He saw the little boy's face crumble, tears welling up in his eyes. Hiro walked over, knelt down, and offered his hand. "Are you okay?" he asked, gently. He helped the boy to his feet, brushed the dust from his clothes, and waited with him until his tears stopped. A warm feeling spread through Hiro's chest, a feeling so much better than the fleeting amusement of a laugh. He finally understood what his master meant. Strength wasn't for showing off. True strength was for protecting and helping those who needed it. Kindness was a samurai's shield. As Hiro's skills grew, so did his confidence. One evening, during a sparring match with a senior student, he was defeated. The other student was faster, more skilled, and Hiro found himself on the ground, his wooden sword knocked from his hand. This time it wasn't just frustration he felt, it was pure, hot anger. He felt humiliated, his fists clenched, and he wanted to scream, to challenge the student again, to prove he wasn't weak. His teacher saw the storm brewing in Hiro's eyes. He led him away from the training yard to a quiet spot by the temple, Eskoi Pond. "Watch the water, Hiro," he said. He didn't mention the fight. "Now breathe with me. Breathe in and out, slowly. Feel the air fill your lungs, and as you exhale, let the anger flow out of you, like a river carrying a leaf away." They stood there for a long time, just breathing. Hiro felt his racing heart slow down. The heat in his chest cooled. "A true warrior," his master said at last, "is the master of his own spirit. Anger is a fire that can forge a sword, but if uncontrolled, it will burn the swordsman himself. Learn to control your anger and you will never truly be defeated." Self-control was the ultimate discipline. As the years passed, Hiro continued his training. He learned to use the sword, yes, and he became strong and quick. But the most important lessons were the ones he learned without a weapon in his hand. One evening, as the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the valley, Hiro climbed his favorite hill. He sat beneath a lone pine tree and looked out at the world. The sky was a brilliant canvas of orange, pink, and purple. A deep sense of peace settled over him. He wasn't thinking about fighting or becoming famous. He was thinking about the old man, the broken sword, the little boy, the anger he had learned to tame. And in that quiet moment, Hiro finally, truly understood. Being a samurai wasn't about the armor you wear or the battles you win. It was a way of living. It was about respect for the old and the young. It was about the patience to grow, day by day. It was about the honesty to face your own mistakes. It was about the kindness to help someone who has fallen. And it was about the self-control to be the calm center of any storm. The fight was not on the battlefield. The real fight was within his own heart. Hiro smiled. He might not be a legendary warrior yet, but he was on the path. He had learned how to live. And you know what? We can all be a little bit of a samurai in our own lives. We can choose respect, practice patience, live with honesty, show kindness, and learn to control our own feelings. That is the true path of the warrior, a path anyone can walk. Thank you so much for listening to Hiro's story today. I hope it inspired you as much as it inspires me. If you enjoyed this tale, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that feed the soul. Let me know in the comments which of the samurai virtues resonates with you the most. Until next time. Be well and be kind.